Hey everyone, I hope that you're doing all right. So listen, I'm not some type of superficial person at all, and it is like 12:45 a.m. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, so I look whatever, and I live in a hotel because I'm stranded here, dealing with the criminal. But I found something, and I'm publicly reporting because if you're brand spanking new, I don't know how you found this channel, but I'm dealing with a murderer and a criminal and somebody who's been trying to take my identity and stuff. And I talk about all the time. And I found something tonight on something that belongs to me. And I put it in twice, and the same thing came up. And I found a person who's coming up under the same name as Shannon Hensley. And so if you're brand spanking new, I can't call the cops because I have. I'm dealing with a dirty cop that's actually going to be exposed, God says, out here, attached to something going on with this. I don't have any other way to report, so I have to do it publicly here. Okay? And so it is what it is. But there is somebody comes up with my name, Shannon Hensley, as a 52-year-old woman. I'm 53. The birth date that comes up for them is December the 27th, 1971. That's not me. I wasn't born in 71. Their social security pops up. Ain't my social security number either. Their social security starts with a 5. I won't say social security what's on here, but it ain't me. And their address is 3631. It's in Cheyenne, Wyoming, is what's coming up on this person. It says that their parent is Jack Abbott. That is not my parent's name at all. Thomas Abbott comes up underneath this name as well. Milburn Qualls is a friend or associate to this person. This apparently, I don't know who this person is and why it's coming up underneath my registered stuff. And I went out, the first time it popped up, it gave me an option to say this wasn't me, and I put it in there. And so I went back to re-enter in my information. It popped up again. And now it don't give me that option to say this isn't me. And so those of your brand spanking new, you ain't gonna know all my story. You just really have to go back on my channel because I talk about it all the time because I'm done, like I said, with the murderer. But when I went in with the last time or the time before last that my vehicle was being messed with in a shop, a very well-known shop, by the way. I sat there in that shop getting my brakes fixed, and the guy stated to me if I wanted to like do their little program. It only took like 15 minutes to sign up, and at that time I was working 6 days a week, busting my butt, trying to build my money up so they can get me a place. And now I'm down to 0 because the person wanted to try to kill me. And this person's somewhere connected with people, because when I was at that place, the guy was like, yeah, it'll just take 15 minutes. Just put all your information in this little pad that we have, and then we'll check your stuff and we'll give you credit. And I was thinking to myself, that's great, because I was a driver and I could get my stuff fixed, and I knew that I could get what I needed done paid off within about 3 or 4 months. And so it was going to work out great for me. So I sat there, and we sat there, and we sat there, and we sat there, and we sat there. And the guy behind the counter, he was like, this never happened before. So right then I already had red flags, because I had already been messed with before prior to that. If you're all just popping in, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. That's why I look like this, and it is what it is. But anyway, so we sit there, and the phone rang there at that place of business, or he called first and did whatever, and then they called him back, and they wanted to talk to me. So I got on the phone with them, and they specifically was like, we need you to give us your social security number. And I was like, I had just put it through the pad and everything on all my information. I was like, I'm not giving you my social security over the phone. I said, I just did it. I just put all my information in for you all. And they just kind of got crazy on the phone with me. And it was a big freaking deal. It was a big freaking deal that day. I actually have that day recorded because all the stuff that I'm dealing with, I've learned to just turn my camera on and take pictures and recordings, because nobody's going to trap me on nothing, because I'm innocent for some things out here. And this person's got murder on their hands where I'm concerned. Every person involved in it now is a suspect in my eyes. So for them to specifically want my social security number, and I already have talked about some things that I know that have been taken from me, that was supposed to be entrusted with an organization for a piece of mail to get to in their hands, and for them to give that to me, it actually got into the hands of somebody who was just an acquaintance with me, and somebody had no right to give that person because it never got to me. And I know that because God Almighty has proven that, and I know that because there's only all the connections of things that have taken place points back to this person and that organization. Okay, and so that kind of stuff can be proven that way by me. But this person coming up twice and now it not giving me an option to say, this isn't me, this isn't me, this is not my social security number, these are not my parents. I don't know why this is popping up under my information, but if God tells me that there's upright authorities somewhere around me, somewhere, and I need you people to come to me and to figure this out, okay? But all it gives me for the address is 3631. It is in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And all the information that I just gave about parents and associates that come up here. There's a list of phone numbers underneath this with the 307 numbers, and without giving other people's phone numbers away, I don't really want to do that, but there's 6 phone numbers that pop up underneath this name as well. So I don't know if those are numbers that are prior to this person using my name and stuff. But the birth date is wrong. I wasn't born on the 27th of December in 1971, but it's all up underneath a specific piece of information that is mine, that I entered into this thing to look up something about me, and this is what comes up. So it's kind of fishy. It's screwy. Why? Because somebody used my stuff. Anyway, right before I got started, I cut this deck, and that's what came up, was a dirty cop being exposed. I already know I'm dealing with a dirty official or officials. Shame on you. Somebody's trying to get me killed, and I'm alive. And if anybody has, I have family members that are either behind this or they were blackmailed against me, and because I don't even know where my family members are anymore. Okay, I got money around me, and people know it, and that's why they did what they did. My story's huge, and I need help, folks. If there's anybody at the sound of my voice, I'm in Kansas City, Missouri, and I have crazy cops that have been recorded at my door, or fake ones, or they were underground cops. I don't know who the crap they were. Don't care at this point. They dirty to me here, okay? I just had a conversation a week and a half ago with 2 cops. One of them just stood there while I was talking to the other one. Got nowhere. So I don't know. My brother was a chief of police, and I always looked up to police officers until this crap started happening, and just the biggest disappointment that I ever had for enforcement to know that, hey, my brother's one of y'all, and thanks for your service kind of stuff. And I just think they're just nothing but dung to me anymore for what they've done. It's ridiculous. I just wanted to publicly report about this, because that's the only way I can anymore, is to publicly report about this. But this person, whoever this person is, they're connected to some stuff with me, or fraudulent. I don't know who they are and why it's even coming up. Connected to something that belongs to me. But God Almighty is going to find out every single person involved in this nonsense, and people are going to go to jail for some stuff. I will press charges against you. That's all I wanted to say. Good night.